Hello and welcome to Modern Thatcher Living. Now a few weeks ago I used a lock mitre joint to make a laptop stand, and I was very impressed with how neat and tidy the joint was. So I thought it might be quite an interesting project to make a box using lock mitre joints. And to make this a little bit more challenging and interesting, I thought I would try and use an offset lock mitre joint to make the lid. And see how that comes out. So anyway, let's get on with having a go at making this. So I found these pieces of wood for making this box. This piece of maple can be used for the sides and the bottom, and I've had this piece of wood lying around for a while. I made this a couple of years ago, and I think this could make quite a nice lid for the box. I need to thin this down first to the same thickness as this, and I will cut this up into sections for the sides and the base. First though, I'm going to cut a groove in this as preparation for cutting the box at the end. As you saw there, I got really bad tear out when trying to pass this piece of wood through the router bit. I've tried it again and the same problem. So I've gone away and thought about it, slept on it overnight, and I realised that the issue is I'm not getting enough support using these push blocks, pushing these small pieces of wood along the fence at the back. So what I need to do is create a situation where I have better support for these small pieces of wood. My solution is to use double-sided sticky tape and stick these smaller pieces to a larger piece, and then it should work quite well. So let's see how this works in practice. There, once you've found the right way of doing it, it all becomes a lot easier. The only thing I need to watch out for is this sticky tape's going to lose stickiness over time. What I found is that it's better to stick it onto the piece that you're not trying to route, because if you stick it first to this piece, it's really hard to remove the tape. seems that the other side is stickier than this side. So the first thing that you stick it to is the thing that it sticks most avidly to. Anyway, that's that bit done. Okay, so now I'm going to set an offset around the top of the lock mitre joint. So I'm going to bring this in by 4 millimeters. So that should give us a 4 millimeter edge around the top, if I have done this correctly. As you probably saw there, I got a bit of wobble on the smaller pieces, so I started using another packer piece to stop that wobble when I was passing the wood through. Anyway, let's see how this all fits now. Okay, move the fence back to where it was. Perfect. Way of making a box. I think some of the issues I've had is when I started doing this, I didn't support the work properly. I suppose it's not too bad. There's a bit of tear out here where the direction of the grain of the oak here is ripped out because it was a bit thin. I don't think there's much I could do about that. So now the important thing when gluing this up is to make sure that this groove is on the top face all the way around. Alright, so let's start by gluing the bottom. I sort of feel like this is going to be quite messy. Well, it's going to take a while to clear up the glue on that. There's been a huge amount of squeeze out. I think I really needed a brush to put the glue on properly. So the glue's dry now, and what we need to do is open the box, and what we're going to do is use the router bit to open it. So inside we cut this groove, so what we're going to do is set the router bit slightly offset, and then that'll cut the box open and we'll have a ridge all the way round for the lid to sit on. So it's very important to keep a small piece with the groove already cut so that you can line the router bit up for this stage of the process. And here we are, the box is complete now. I'm pleased with the way it's worked out. It looks quite nice. Using lock mitre joints was definitely a hard way of making this. Straightforward mitre joints would have been much easier. Having said that, the joins are all quite nice. I've learned from making this that I need to support the work much better when I'm putting it through the router. Anyway, there we are. I hope you've enjoyed watching this, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Goodbye.